I have a vegan cashew cheese recipe that's going to blow your mind, and it only takes 3 minutes. Start by adding 2 whole cups of unsalted, unroasted cashews to a container and fill it up all the way to the top with water until they're soaking in that water. Now you're going to let these cashews soak for exactly 2 hours. Don't let them go longer than that, or the texture's just not quite right. Once 2 hours have passed and they're done soaking, give them a quick strain and then rinse them out in the sink thoroughly. Then you can go ahead and add your rinsed out cashews to a blender or food processor of choice. Next, grab your nearest garlic bulb and pop out 2 of those little garlic cloves so you can painstakingly peel off that outer layer of the cloves that's really annoying and almost impossible to get off. But what I like to do is just take that off, and then also at the bottom of the garlic cloves, the little brown part that attaches them to the bulb, I'll just remove that because I am OCD about it. That's probably the main reason why here. Then when you have those little brown pieces removed and your garlic bulbs are looking absolutely perfect, you can go ahead and toss those in your blender with the strained out cashews. And then you're also going to grab a container of salt and dip your 1 teaspoon into the salt container, fill that bad boy up, and then bring your blender back into the frame here and throw that salt down in with everything else. Those are your 3 ingredients. That's it. Now you have your blender. 1/4 cup at a time. I like to add the water just to get the right consistency. So I'm pouring 1/4 cup. That's what I initially added to all of the cashews that are in this blender. And then we'll go ahead and just turn that blender on, put the lid on, and start her up. And you can see it starts and it's not really running that smoothly. It's obvious that we need to add a little bit more water. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that 1/4 cup. I like to add it just a little bit at a time, so I make sure that I'm doing it just right. I'll add that 2/4 cup in. So now we have 1/2 cup in total of water. I'm turning it up to see if I can get the right speed and the right sound. It should just run smoothly without having to churn too much. And I ended up adding another 1/4 cup for a total of 3/4 cups of water for this recipe. That's what I did, but yours might be different. I just like to make sure that I add the minimum amount of water possible to keep the blender running and keep this a very thick consistency without being too watery. But you can see it really sticks to the bottom of the blender. It's really thick, really creamy. I can spoon it out of a container, and it is incredibly rich. It has a garlic flavor. It is so very good and creamy and delicious. I don't know what else to say about it. It's like better than cheese a lot of the times, depending what cheese you got. I'm not gonna lie, because I love cheese, but this is amazing.